Ain't nothing gonna.
Right. And welcome to Punch Drunk Sports. It is another exciting episode. Joining me, as always, is my main man, Teeb, the Fight Nanny, and the one and only King of New York, Ari Shaffir. Ari, what up?
Buddy.
In a robe.
You know what's up?
Ari, how great was that baseball game last night? You guys just lit them up.
We did with all with 2 outs too, which is like 2-out runs are like the quarterback scramble for an 11-yard first down
on like third and 20.
Yeah, and then he just like gets out of the pocket somehow and just like barrels forward. And it's like, what the fuck? Come on, man. We had him covered. That's how it feels. So really disheartening. I hope we continue today. I'm not confident in Sonny Gray, but I don't even know who their starter is. They haven't even named it as of yesterday. So
is that your starter, Sonny Gray?
Yeah.
Why aren't you confident in him?
Because he pitched one. He never really got going when he came over to the Yankees, and he pitched once against Cleveland and got 3 runs in 3 1/3 innings.
Who do you want on the pitch?
Oh, there's no one else.
Yeah, sometimes, especially in playoff baseball, you get into that corner. I mean, Cubs had to play 3 games in 4 days and 2 cross-country flights. I mean, no pitching, no pitchers.
It's game 4. It's like there's no. That's game 4 is always like. Whew. Either you go a guy on 3 days rest, or you get your 4th starter.
How much are tickets for Yankee games right now?
Good question.
Me and Giannis are going. We got them on SeatGeek.com for on the third base side, not bottom section, but one section up. So the 200s, 205, I think, for $225 each after fees.
That ain't bad.
That ain't bad at all, dude.
No, that's not bad at all. I think we got lucky because it's a 5:08 start, and a lot of people can't make that.
Have you looked into Cubs Dodgers tickets for game 1 and 2?
I looked into the World Series. They're $800.
Well, I know game
800. They're already on sale for the World Series.
Yeah,
well,
$800. I'm gonna spend it too.
How do you?
The Yankees make it, dude.
How do you buy World Series tickets right now?
Yeah.
And what if they don't make it?
Then you get a refund.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I went on SeatGeek. I looked for the if they had the World Series, and boom, $800.
How much are the ones you want to go to?
It depends. It depends. Because if it's 3-2 Dodgers for Game 6, it's going to be more expensive because Dodgers could go to the World Series on that game. If it's 3-2 Cubs Game 6, tickets will be a little bit cheaper, and everybody will be hoping for a Game 7. So
I think so.
Yeah, positive. People want to celebrate at their home stadium.
Yeah, I was thinking
and that drives
too,
up the price.
But then the more I thought about it in terms of like which Yankee games to go to, the big games aren't the like deciders. It's not when you're up 3-0 or 3-1. The big games are like when it's tied 2-2 or when you're down 2-1 like tonight. It's like we need this.
That game 2.
That is a good game.
That game 2 of Astros Yankees where Verlander was pitching. I've never heard a stadium that loud. I've never heard a baseball stadium that loud. It was insane.
When teams aren't used to going, the fans fucking get up for it. Yankee Stadium was not as rabid as that.
And they kept showing his goddamn sauce pot Kate Upton clapping in her fucking luxury box.
Oh, God, she was gross then.
Oh, no,
you're
she's
just
not
crazy, dude.
She looks
so
smoking hot in the fucking.
She is so hot.
Yeah, if you got to zoom in like that, she looks okay, but definitely up close.
You can't even say it without laughing, you dumb fucking fuck.
No, I mean,
Dude,
I'm laughing at.
She looks hotter than she normally looks.
Camera work.
She looked hotter than she normally looks. And then they show her, and she's clapping and all happy, spending all his money. Then they show him pitching, and I'm just like, God, this guy. I wasn't. Yeah. He's winning a goddamn baseball game in a crazy fashion, and I'm just thinking, I can't believe he gets to smell her armpits.
Do you think he gets nervous when she leaves? Because you know she just gets hit on by every dick that comes by.
I think when you're at that level of being able to get women like that, and you're that rich, it's like, hey man, where else are you gonna go? What are you gonna do?
I think
Sultan?
What his biggest worry is she's at steakhouses every day apparently, and he's worried that some of those chefs, some of those brisket chefs, are gonna like try to hit on her, give her the recipe. You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
Actually, I don't.
I mean she's getting fatter. And she's in Texas.
She actually looked like she lost a little too much weight. I like her a little.
Do you like androgyny, Ari? Is that what you're into? Just like boy girls?
Like really hot girls. And it's like, she was, when she was like 18, 19, but by 20, 21.
Show us the one tied up in your closet right now.
Ari, what do you think the percentage of people that would pick, who's a hot chick, do you think? Who is a hot chick?
Kate Upton was a long time ago.
Give us like a...
Whose girlfriend's hotter, your girlfriend or Verlander's?
Well, I got numbers. He only has one. I have 30, so...
I thought you had a girlfriend you wanted to do Molly with.
Oh, yeah.
You mean my girlfriend?
No, my girlfriend. No.
Oh, my girlfriend.
Verlander's girlfriend's hotter than mine.
Wow. I hope she never listens to this, which I'm...
Yeah, me too.
Sure she does.
Although if she hears that I said Kate Upton is hotter than her, I doubt she'd be that angry at me.
Well, if she heard everything you said about Kate Upton before that, she might be upset.
Yeah, then you said she's a pig.
Double
and then
chin,
you said...
double chin. She's got quad.
She doesn't have a double chin. How old is she? 25?
I know, it's gross, huh?
Ugh,
what do you think she says about you, Ari? Male pattern baldness, giant nose, satellite for heirs.
I think she's trying to let me go away. I don't think her ego
Mr. Potato Head.
I'm out.
I'd slum it if I was like drunk.
What?
Not this month.
Ari, you're full of shit.
I can't even believe.
You'd marry Kate Upton. You're full of shit.
It's not my thing.
If she wasn't Kate Upton, if she was just a regular girl, just looks exactly like Kate Upton, same body, everything, comes up after your show and she's like, "You were really funny. I'd like to go out with you sometime." You would shit. Blood would come out of your asshole right there at the stand.
It was already coming out.
And then you would call me and Ari and go, "Guys," me and Sammy would be like, "I finally met her. I'm in love." All my other 30 girls can kick rocks.
I would leave my wife again.
Oh.
Wow. Damn. I hope she doesn't listen, dude.
I hope she doesn't, too.
I just left her. She's not listening.
If Aaron's wife listened to this, it would be through booking.
Where are you going to be, Ari?
I'm going to be at the All Things Comedy Podcast Festival, doing a live Punch Drunk Sports podcast. Also doing a side note, doing a live Skeptic Thing podcast. But live Punch Drunk podcast on I don't know, 26th, 27th, 28th, something like that.
It's Friday.
I'm going to the Jokers Cruise, Impractical Jokers Cruise in November, and I got a couple shows at the New York Comedy Festival, November 9th, 12th. Check arithegreat.com for listings.
And then you're out here on Tuesday, yeah?
I'm in the studio next week.
Okay.
Awesome.
What are you coming out here for?
I'm coming out here to do, on my way to Phoenix, to do a hot yoga session with those fucking idiots. And then I'm going to do a podcast with Rolf Potts, a podcast with you guys. And hopefully, if all turns out right, World Series Game 1 against the Yankees. Try not to get stabbed.
I like that the main reason is hot yoga.
Ari, do Yankees fans fight the other fans? Do they stab? The Puerto Ricans don't start stabbing people?
We've been good too long. I tell you what, I do like sitting in the bleachers generally. I think it's more fun to be around people and be around the action than like up close with people on their phones all the time.
Same.
But I'm not going to sit in the bleachers at Dodger Stadium in a playoff game wearing Yankee stuff.
The difference between bleachers and the stands is everybody in the bleachers has mitts in their hands. Everybody in the stands has their phone in their hands.
Yeah. People ask me if I was scared in Thailand and Cambodia. They're like, wasn't it frightening? I'm like, no, it's fine. I'm frightened to go to it's unsafe to go to a Dodgers game wearing an opposing team's gear.
I can vouch for that.
I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Well, I'll shank
Yeah, of course. As
Raiders
fans, of course you'd be cool.
Yeah, we're great. Don't come to our games. We'll shank you.
That should be in the bag of bets.
What? Get shanked by a Mexican?
Having to go to a Dodger game wearing opposing team's jersey.
But like a lot of it. Like you got to look like Clipper Darrell walking into a motherfucker.
Dude, I went to a Cowboy game when they're playing the Redskins when I was in like high school or grade school, and I wear like cowboy hat, fucking cowboy sweatpants, cowboy shirt, but like cowboy hat, not like, you know. And somebody was like, some old man was like, "You fucking idiot." It was great.
How old were you?
I was like 14, 15.
What an adult calls a fucking kid a fucking idiot.
Well, that was what, the 90s? We still did that. He probably didn't call you a retard.
I'm sure he did.
I know. I have a plan for if you want to wear a Yankees hat to a Dodger game.
Oh, really?
You bring 2 Raiders stickers. You slap that baby on as you walk in, peel it off at the game, slap it back on as you walk out.
I like that.
Looks like a Raiders hat. It's all black.
I like that.
Slap a Raiders fan and then with other gear.
Sure. Uh-oh.
What?
Ari's shirt is off and he's in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I already shit.
That was nice.
You did? I shit 7 times yesterday.
Is that normal, or did you have a little bit of diarrhea?
Congratulations,
weird.
Sam. I'm happy for you.
I was super excited, man. Dropping lots of deuces, dude.
That's a lot.
Oh, I can't believe what I'm watching right now.
What are we watching?
Ari put on.
Putting on lipstick? I can't see.
Yeah, put on lipstick on my underarm. Something you've never done, you fucking hippie
You know
slut.
what I was just thinking the other day is we should have something that keeps the total on who's winning bag of bets.
Yeah, on the website. We suggested this fucking years ago.
Yeah,
because right now Ari is known as the Welcher. It's been confirmed.
That is crazy coming from Sam Tripoli, who is still not paid off.
It's on Wikipedia. I mean, if it's on Wikipedia, it's official. Did you see that?
I mean, I could change Wikipedia.
It's crazy how Sam is like skirted by on this.
No, it is so great that you are seen as Ari the Welcher Shaffir. It's so good, dude.
Did you do that?
Oh, yeah, I started that. And then Tom Segura took it off. And
people don't even understand the term. That's the funny thing. They have no idea what it even means.
I understand it. Ari Shaffir doesn't pay off his bets. That's what Welcher means.
No, you get it. I mean, fans. So when I was offline and you posted that thing, like I can't check my phone or computer because I'm paying off a bet, like just like a Welcher. I'm like, no, I'm paying off the bet. That's not what Welcher means. They just relate it to like any bet.
The hate on Twitter right now is at an all-time high. I'm getting murdered by people.
You are?
And the worst thing is I'm getting murdered by people with 6 followers. That insults me.
I feel like those are the people
that's the best case scenario.
What?
That's a best case scenario.
I like starting trouble, but man, 6 people.
Why are you getting shit on? I get why he is.
Because generally people think I'm a horrible comedian.
No, it's because you
thank
say
God they only have 6 followers.
I thought it was because like your conspiracy stuff.
Oh,
that's
because the Vegas shootings were planned by the same people who planned the Newtown shootings.
Yeah, you got that, dude. That's what it is, dog. You got it.
Dude, I started trying to make Vegas jokes. On stage, and it went well once, and then I've gotten complaints. I got boos, and I haven't been booed in so long.
Well, let's hear some of these jokes. Let's hear some of these quality jokes.
Okay, granted, the jokes were not really planned out that well. They're not well written.
All right, sounds like most of your material.
Yeah, but mostly the angle is there were people in Vegas. Who gives a fuck? They were just going to do Molly all night and be not good parts of society.
That was it?
Yeah, simple shit.
Do you think they booed because it wasn't good or that you just didn't try? Which one did they boo?
No. They booed because they were mad at me. And then somebody came up and complained. She goes, the light-skinned black guy, he went over the line.
Oh, that's so great. Colorblind people hate Ari Shaffir.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm like, nah, well, we need better lighting at the stand, I guess.
Has anyone ever thought you were light-skinned?
No,
ever?
But in college once, some lady called me nigga. And I turned to my black friends. I was like, I'm in.
Is that when you were in the WNBA?
I love getting called the N-word. It is one of my favorite things.
You've never met.
You get hard by
it. That's always at the 1 hour mark of Punch Drunk. That's how you can set your watch to it.
Nanny burn. I like it.
SeatGeek.com. That's our alarm.
Did you get your tickets? Did you get your tickets with SeatGeek?
That's what he said.
I did.
How easy was that, Ari? You just went on SeatGeek, download the app, use the promo code PunchDrunk, and it was that easy.
Well, I can speak to this. The app, I'm sure, is great. Not something I have any experience with, but the computer version is amazing. You can go right on the website and go to SeatGeek.com, full writing it out, and get your seats however you want. You can look over the whole stadium, see where you want. Gives you value scores of like, this price is a little too high. They'll tell you. I'm like, you can get this ticket.
That's so rad.
It's a little high.
And the tickets are guaranteed, right?
Sam said the tickets are guaranteed.
Okay, I didn't know that. I've never had a problem with them.
Yep.
Well, dude,
nor will you.
Thanks to SeatGeek.
I had a problem with StubHub.
Fuck StubHub. Go with SeatGeek.
Yeah, a few years ago, and all they did was say, we'll give you 30% off. I'm like, we missed the game.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. If you ever use StubHub instead of SeatGeek, stop listening to our show. Never listen to us again. Delete us from your life because you're an idiot. Bottom line.
Bottom line.
Bottom line.
It's pretty simple, man. It's pretty simple, pretty straight up and down. And we're one of those podcasts that we have gone out of our way throughout the years to try to find advertising that works for our fans.
That will pay us.
That works for our fans. We're not doing all the flower shit, the candy.
Anybody can sponsor this podcast. I don't give a shit. Mexican cartels, gay bars, cigarettes. I would fucking take cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Some Marlboro Camel Lights. Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
MK Ultra.
Yeah, you would love that.
I would love that. That'd be perfect for me. Pot.
I miss That's It. Are we not doing That's It bars anymore?
Yeah, I miss. Did you try the vegetables? Not into it. The
I
fruit.
don't like the vegetable
phenomenal.
ones either. Yeah.
Phenomenal. I miss it.
Always
Hey
looks like
guys,
these weird
I'm
angles.
going to be at the Sycamore Tavern this Thursday night for the Rantatours. Mike Tully, God,
damn it.
Mike Catherwood,
Sorry.
Theo Vaughn,
I hate missing
Ian
out.
Edwards.
Oh, just his balls.
You're such a gamer.
Dude, your balls look like a pumpkin.
Ryan Sickler, only $15. Bring cash, or you can go on Laughable and buy tickets for $10. And then October 24th, the Rantatours are back in the main room. We got Bert Kreischer, Ari Shaffir, Felipe Esparza.
That's a maybe on Ari Shaffir.
That's definitely going to happen. And who knows who else will jump in. So it's going to be a great show. It will sell out. Grab your tickets now.
Can you see this, Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron, can you see this?
I don't need to see it. I can
Why
see it over
does
here.
your fucking hair look like a fucking perm?
Good God.
I did. My hair
perm on
sings
his
ABC
pubes.
1, 2, 3.
Jesus Christ.
It's
Your
like-
hair looks like Simon or Gunfunkel.
Garfunkel.
Garfunkel. Fuck.
Gunfunkel.
Gunfunkel.
Gunfunkel. This show has to be called Simon and Gunfunkel. There's
Yeah.
no way this episode is not going to be called Simon and Gunfunkel. Hey, Gunfunkel, let me tell you where I'll be. I'll be at the All Things Comedy Festival with all my buddies, and we're going to have Renazizi, Danish, and O'Neill are going to join us on our live Punch Drunk podcast, so you know that'll be a lot of fun. And my new podcast, 92.7 The Pod, comes out Halloween night.
So excited. Tell us about it.
What is it?
I'm doing a new podcast called 92.7 The Pod, which is basically a sketch show. It's fake morning radio about a fake town.
Really?
Yep, and everybody you know is going to be involved in it. I've been writing it for about 4 months. Start recording it Tuesday night. Fake commercials, fake interviews, fake characters.
Can I come on and promote be the road comic to promote the shows I've had that week?
Absolutely.
I love
Absolutely.
And the lead-ins. So Ari, your grandmother's. I love the lead-ins they make. Tell us what jokes you want us to
Exactly,
start.
man. Exactly. Yeah.
Who do you got on it?
The first episode, I have a priest where we are going to be doing podcast confessionals. People can call in and do confessionals live on a podcast. And I have a psychic who is going to reveal some pretty bad things. And I believe there may be a murder in episode 1.
Wow.
Oh, God. Somebody's already getting written out?
Yep. And we have 7 new advertisers.
Oh, let's hear who they are.
I think I'd rather save it for the moment, but they're pretty interesting.
I love it, dude.
Pretty
I love it. I'm
interesting.
very excited.
Yeah, it'll be fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Congratulations, Jayson.
So every 2 weeks from starting Halloween night, every 2 weeks after that, I'm going to release a new one every 2 weeks. And,
Wow.
yeah, it should be a lot of fun, man. Not a lot of things out there like that. So, yeah, tune into that. Of course, I'll be tweeting about it. And please come to the All Things Comedy Festival. I'm also at the Comedy Store this weekend if anybody's in L.A. Holla at your boy.
My fantasy football season is already done in 2 out of 3 of my leagues. I'm done.
Starting to come back. Thank you, Adrian Peterson. Thank you, Tebow, for not dropping Adrian Peterson.
He's not gonna be good, man.
I mean, he looked great on fucking Sunday.
He's not a good running back.
Well, I'll take it. Everything that he's doing in Arizona now versus sitting on the bench in New Orleans with 9 other running backs ahead of him.
Well, you would because you're not a winner.
Yeah, of course. Said the guy in last place. Congratulations, Ari. You and Talboy are in dead last. And you just lost to Johnny.
Maybe you didn't know about the tortoise and the hare, bro.
Just lost to Johnny, speaking
Hold
of...
on, Ari, are you putting in gel?
Rogaine.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've done it for fucking decades.
Seems to be working.
It's not at all.
I mean, I'm not fully bald.
No, you're not. You look good.
Do you think you would be bald had you not been using Rogaine for the last 8 years?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's what they want you to think.
Yo, anybody want to introduce me or what?
Anybody want to? Listen, Gabe's been here the whole time, and the reason I haven't introduced him is because he gave me a lock for this UFC pick. He's like, Sammy, this is the lock. This is the number one lock. This thing is the number one guy, guaranteed to win. The only dude who lost on my fucking.
But I gave him like four others that won. That was the only one that lost.
Oh, I picked all the rest of them. No, that's the only guy I picked.
I gave you underdogs that won.
That's the game of gambling.
No, he got here at like 10:30. He's been here for an hour.
Does anybody want to introduce me or what?
Hey, by the way, I'm here. I'm here.
You want to fucking chop liver?
Gabe, who are you writing for now? Tell us about your UFC stuff you're working on, your MMA stuff.
I'm the lead writer for MMAoddsbreaker.com. I do like prediction articles and stuff on there. And covers.com, the number one gambling website. They sell my picks.
Okay.
Yeah. See, he helps people with gambling.
Helps them lose their money. What's your betting average?
I've only ever
won. What are your winning percentage?
Well, all the picks I gave you, that not only one of them lost. So if you bet them straight, you would have had a profitable night like I did.
Is that what you do? You bet straight?
I parlay too, but I do both. I make straight bets and I make parlays. I win big on parlays.
Parlays is the way to go.
Yeah. So, like my pinned tweet on Twitter now, I think it's a 10-team parlay I hit.
You had a 10-team parlay. Which
what,
I
football or basketball?
Was fights and everything?
Fights.
Only fights.
Yeah.
Do you bet on other sports?
When I'm really up, I'll start betting tennis and stuff, and I'm pretty good at tennis too.
Tennis? Nobody bets tennis.
I hit a one.
Hey, that's my point.
I hit a plus 1,000 play on tennis, and I show you I hit Mayweather in round 10. Remember?
Yeah.
Plus 1,500.
Wow.
So overall, and we ask you this every time that you're here. This is probably your 5th or 6th time on Punch Drunk. You've called in, throughout all the years. Overall, this year, are you up? Are you down?
I'm up big, dude.
Well, what's big?
He's not sleeping on a bed of lettuce anymore.
What's big?
Well, 2 months ago I made 10 grand. So.
Wow.
But again,
what are you betting? How much are you betting?
Like one parlay, I had $100 to win 3 grand. So stuff like that, and I make straight bets too.
I like the $100 parlay, especially if you're confident in it, because the payout's so great. I mean, you do a $5 parlay, yeah, you can win, $100 or something. But you throw $100 on like a 5-6-team parlay, dude, that's a good payday. It doesn't happen very
you
often.
gotta hit it though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I always I get everything but one.
Would you rather lose?
I know,
would you rather lose the first one and know it's over, or get all of them right
and
then lose?
I want to play.
I want to get all the way to there.
You want to lose the last one and have that big drop off?
Yeah, because it's more
fun.
fun.
So there's some excitement.
Yeah.
You at least get the excitement.
That anxious feeling.
And if you get to the last one, that gives you an option to buy out. You could bet the other guy, so whatever happens, you win money.
True.
Say that again.
none of us know about this.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Sort of cover your back end on it.
Yeah, if you have a 5-team parlay and the first 4 win, and on the 5th one you bet on the other guy, so whoever wins you make like even amount.
Right, I got you. That's actually pretty smart. Look at Ari holding up some fake money.
Do you bet female fighters?
Yeah, I bet a lot of female fights.
I wonder if anyone's got. Does anyone bet WNBA? Does anyone ever just like? Oh,
They've got to. They've got to.
We should do a fancy basketball.
We've said that in the past.
We should totally do that.
That season just wrapped, right? So it would be like in like 4 or 5 months or whenever they start that back up.
Who won? Hold on.
Minnesota Lynx.
We're sports podcast. Wait, hold on.
Yeah. What? Minnesota Lynx won.
Who won? Oh, you guys know who won?
Yeah, Minnesota Lynx. They beat the LA Sparks
in Game 5.
Fuck LA.
In a close Game 5. And they only do best out of 5. They don't do best out of 7. Because
they have because halfway, if they go all 7 games, too many people get pregnant.
Is that right?
How does that work?
Yeah, they have to leave for maternity leave.
No, they're all lesbians, dude. There's like literally like 90% lesbian.
Lesbians
but
have
their test tubes come time, so it's like they gotta take care. Their test tube babies come up.
Yeah, they have babies.
Why are you bringing so much cash, dog?
It's just fact. I don't know what to tell you. It's just fact.
Why are you bringing so much cash, dude?
I'm not. I'm putting it away. It's all spot pay. You get paid for spots here.
Is he just stashing cash around his
that's what he does.
Well, he lets us all stay there, so we should.
Yeah, show us
Take
where you
note
hide
of
your
where he
cash
hides it.
so we can say it live on a podcast. Everybody that stays in
Oh yeah, here's the drawer I used over here.
your Air D&D.
I'm sure the comics that stay there look through drawers trying to find cash or weed.
I would not look through Ari's drawers. One time I went through his
No, I
drawers.
wouldn't.
I opened up one drawer, and I swear to God, 70 finger
Oh,
puppets.
no.
Come on.
Yeah, right
man.
there.
Gabe, look at that.
All right, show me your asshole real quick.
Gabe,
Look at his
stare
butthole.
into it.
Do
Like
real
how
quick.
I feel
Show
left
us,
out.
show
I'm
us.
like, what is it?
Gabe, stare into
Bend
that.
over. Ari has
my
adjustable.
God.
That looks like a pussy.
Oh,
It's
it does.
worse than it's been,
But look,
Ari.
it's got adjustable grip.
Ari, I always defend you. It looks bad.
Yeah, I just took a shit, so it's out there now.
Oh, it is like beyond out there. He's not even opening his butt cheek.
What do you mean it's out there? Like your asshole's like the mouth in the movie Aliens?
Yeah,
Like
normally
it just
he has to
open
spread
it up
his
and then
cheeks
some
to
other
show
thing
us,
comes
but
out?
it came out of his cheek.
Kind of.
Looks like Satan's esophagus.
It's like snuffleupagus.
You are not healthy, dude.
That's bad. Jesus.
The fuck?
Unbelievable.
I can't-
Unbelievable.
You have a will, Ari. You should fill out a will. I think it's time.
I
the
never
way-
get.
Hey, can I get all your finger puppets?
Yeah, you can have them.
What are you gonna leave
After
me,
this
Ari?
last
What are
time-
you gonna leave
You
me?
still have him? You brought him to New York?
I don't know where they are. I might have given them away in LA. Door finger puppets.
What are you gonna leave me, Ari?
What?
What are you gonna leave me?
I'll leave you
Rogaine.
all the dents in all the cars, so you can bump up all the dents like you like.
Rogaine. You should leave him Rogaine in case he ever goes
Oh,
bald.
I know what. I know what. I'll leave you my eyebrows, so you can like really, really connect them hard, fit into your society.
You should rub that Rogaine on your back, brah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea.
Thanks. What time's the game?
Game's at 5:08, which is 2:08 your time, which means I got to leave at like 3:30 to get up there. As soon as Giannis gets here, we're gonna take off.
How long does it take you to get there? Is it just like a subway and then you're there?
Yeah, it's a 4 train. So it's about a 15-minute walk to the 4, and then probably a 35-minute ride up, and then head in Yankees. It's a big game. It's a big game.
Huge.
It is a big game. This is a make or
Then we got
break.
to face. I mean, they have 2 aces. They
Yeah,
got 2
and they're
aces.
throwing one of their not good guys right now. It's unbelievable.
The crazy thing is, we made mistakes. We made base running mistakes. We made fielding mistakes.
You guys have a lot better chance in this than I thought. I mean, I thought you guys were gonna get housed.
If Judge is off the schneid,
Well, it was
hopefully
2
he is. He
close
got a
games.
got a home run yesterday. His fielding's been great. If he got off the schneid and he can start hitting well, and they got to like pitch around him, this could be really fucking good.
You had 2 close games, and then you win big, and that's got to have confidence. Like they barely beat you in the bottom of the 9th on a walk-off, or the guy he's sliding into home to win the game.
Sliding into home, by the way, where Sanchez could have caught it and had him by 3 steps. He's the worst fielder in catching history.
Yeah, and then you know, I feel like a little bit. I feel like you kind of gave me a sense of hope because we're in the exact same scenario as you. We lose game 1 in a close one. We lose game 2 in a walk-off home run with 2 outs, where we were about to go to extra innings.
Oh, that was 2 outs?
Yep, and now we're going back to Chicago, sleep in our own beds. We'll see how Dodgers like to play in 45-degree weather. And man, if we can fucking win big in Chicago, now it's 2-1. Everybody out here is talking crazy shit. Everybody. They're talking about that home run was like Gibson's home run. I'm like, the home run to win the World Series?
Yeah. No.
You guys are getting pretty cocky with 1 playoff win. And I'm like,
even the Gibson home run was game 1.
I'm even saying to people, this sounds very familiar because I remember last year the Cubs were down 3-1 to a team. What team was that? Oh, that was the Dodgers. Thank you.
Oh, snap!
It was 3-1.
Are you going to be able to root for the Dodgers if they get rid of the Cubs?
I would want the Dodgers to win unless it's the Yankees and everybody talks so much shit to me that it pisses me off. Then I would root for the Yankees.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if that required a thanks, but I'll take it. You like this? How you feel about this Cowboy suspension now that it seems to be a fish? I know you got the bye week, but
Well, we're going. The bye week already happened. We're going to the Players
last week.
Association filed an injunction.
doesn't,
Here's the thing.
Doesn't sound like it's going to fly though. Sounds like he's going to have to take 6 games.
Same as Brady. It's not going to fly. It's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
But they're doing it to say that, look, at least we fought for you. The NFL.
Good
if
point.
you get past the fucking judicial system around them, they won't back down, right or wrong. I really don't think there's any real proof that he did anything wrong. It's just hearsay and fucking. It's not a real thing. and it's not 6 games worthy. But once they've already said it, they got to go for it.
Right.
This is not a fucking 6-game worthy suspension. Even if you're like, well, it still was questionable behavior, a game, maybe 2, but even that, I really don't think there's anything wrong here.
Right.
I really don't think there's anything wrong. Just a bunch of like creepy behavior that's fine. Girls who don't mind him flirting with them at a club.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think initially it was his domestic dispute with his girl.
Yeah, but then she came off that, and it was like, it just looks like, I don't know, it just doesn't look like a real one.
I don't know. I'm just glad he's gone.
Yeah. I'm honestly, he hasn't been the guy this year. He hasn't been the fucking lights out dude this year.
It's got to be hard to
So I'm
focus
okay
when you
with
got all that
that.
shit going on. It's got to be hard to focus on that shit.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It doesn't seem like the offensive line is creating the holes they were.
Yeah, I'm definitely surprised with by the Cowboys this year. I really thought they were. I mean, it's early. I know. It's a third of the way through the season.
Yeah.
You know, we're a third of the way done.
No, they're terrible, man. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to have to go 10-6, really. So that means they got to go 8-3.
Without their best player.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know if that can happen.
Well, the Falcons are shit in the bed. I was at work on Sunday, and Falcons driving to win the game, pretty much up 17-0. Just let them back in, like that's what they always do. Just let them back in. Now we're down 4 or 5 or something. Falcons drive. Get to like the 10-yard line, throw an interception at the 2-yard line with like 20 seconds left.
Oh.
Lose the game. I, being the calm, cool, collected person I am working at the Red Zone channel, kick over a rolling chair, hand my headset to the PA, and I just bounce. And I just went outside and I just sat on a bench for like 15 minutes.
How many cigarettes?
What's the record now?
Three cigarettes. 3 cigarettes, sat on a bench, holding my head, come back into work, and 3 different tiers of bosses yelled at me in a 1-hour period. 3 different people came to me to take me aside and tell me. And then when it was the executive producer, this guy James, who I actually like, he's a ball buster, but I like him. We get along good. Thibault, what the fuck's wrong with you, man? And I go, you know that. Nothing's changed, man. 13 years, nothing's changed. And then he goes, just don't kick the chairs, man. They're expensive. And then he walked away from me. Everybody else there is so scared to lose their job because they all want to work in sports production and they're like working their way up. I'm maxed out where I'm at. I don't want to get any higher than I am. So they're just like, is that me? Oh, I fell for it again. I fell for it. So I'm just like, hey, man, I didn't have a meltdown in the studio. I know I was gonna have a meltdown in the studio. I know I was not going to be able to control myself when he was going to go, when his mic's hot. So I'm just like, I'm out. I'm going to be outside. You know I'll come back, calm, cool, and collected. But nope. 3 different tiers of people. Hey, Bill wants to talk to you real quick. I bet he does. I bet you do, Bill. You didn't need me for those 15 minutes. I would not have been productive. That's for certain. So, yeah, man, all of a sudden, it's official. I also do not believe in my team, just like you don't.
What's the record?
3-2. We'll make the playoffs, but we're just not.
Raiders are 2-4. What the fuck?
Raiders are done. Raiders are done.
They are done.
I'm the opposite of you guys, man. The Jets have been surprising.
Jets have been really.
How did you become a Jets fan?
Hey, I was born in a Jet.
Initially, when Mark Sanchez got drafted.
Mark Sanchez is why you became a Jets fan?
I was a fan of his at first, but
did the Jets draft him?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go soon. You should talk about that Jets finish because it was terrible.
It was bad. That was bad. You hate to see a game get wrapped like that.
Are you like the guy from that show Horrible Jobs, or what's that show?
No, I haven't seen it yet. Giannis Papas.
Yo, what's up?
Today.
What up?
Welcome to Punch Drunk Sports. Enjoy the baseball game, guys.
Okay, thanks, guys. Listen, everybody, it's been fun. I got nothing to announce.
Damn right. You goddamn right you don't. You goddamn right you got nothing to announce. Yeah, so I'm just not confident, man. I just, we let too many people back in. I don't know how I feel about this Armo offensive coordinator. I know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about Sarkisian.
Really?
Fuck yeah.
Why? What's wrong with him?
Look what I mean. The most boring offense in the second half. And people make adjustments, and he doesn't. People make adjustments, and he doesn't. Second, every game we lost, and every game we should have lost to the Bears, and we didn't.
You guys lost to Detroit. That's my opinion.
Well, I mean, we actually didn't. That game, we didn't lose. The Bears one, I think, in my mind, we lost, even though we did win. We lost the Bears one. But Detroit, let them right back in. We were killing Detroit. Let them right back in.
Yeah, dude, the Raiders just suck. Our defense coordinator's just garbage.
That's
Marshawn
our offensive
Lynch
coordinator.
Can't do nothing. Everybody hates Derek Carr because he won't.
I do not get the ball to Julio Jones. If you're an offensive coordinator and you have Julio Jones, to me, you're like, everything I would do would be get this guy the ball. He gets like 3, 4 catches a week. And without Mohamed Sanu this week, you'd think they would be just forcing it into Julio's hands. Nope. We'll just stick around. Whatever. Hey, we're up big.
Well, you're lucky your whole division's kind of fucked.
I don't know, man. Saints are coming along strong right now.
Dude, they're great defense for fantasy. Holy shit.
Yep. So is Jacksonville. Jacksonville's got a good fantasy D.
Yeah. Who do I have? I now have New Orleans, and who else do I have? The Ravens. Dude, I left 30 points on the bench the other day when I played you.
With who?
With New Orleans. 30 points, the defense.
The defense scored 30 points?
Yeah.
Damn, they gave up fucking 48 fucking, they got like 40-something scored on them. That game was crazy. Let me tell you this about that game, Detroit and New Orleans. There's 7 games on at once in the morning. There's 4 games on in the afternoon. Now, they all kind of end around the same time, give or take. And then in the afternoon, when there's 1 game left, that's when we do a wrap-up show and then we're out. That Detroit game lasted so long.
Dude, these games are so long now.
6 games ended. 1 of them went to overtime, ended. The 4 late games started, and there was still 4.5 minutes left in Detroit, New Orleans.
Unbelievable.
That was insane. The clock never moved because every pass was interception, defensive touchdown, block, punt, interception. They had 4 non-offensive touchdowns in that game. 4. Special teams touchdowns, 3 defensive touchdowns in 1 game. That's insane.
This is
that
the
game was like
weirdest
4.5
year
hours.
of football, right?
What was the final score?
Is anybody good?
54-48 or some shit like that.
Is anybody good?
Look up that score, whatever it was. I could probably do it quicker. I mean, yeah, teams are good, but NFL has done what they always said they wanted to do. Create parity. Create parity. Anybody can win. Anybody's got a shot. When we get to the playoffs, everybody's 9-7, 8-8, 10-6.
Wow, Dolphins came back.
38-52 was the final.
It's crazy.
You score 38 points and you lose by 2 touchdowns? Shame on you. Wow. Shame on you, Detroit.
Dude, what is up with Cleveland? Are they just the worst franchise in the history of franchises?
God, they got to be up there. Since they got back, like the new Cleveland Browns, whenever they came back.
Dude, they cannot get a win.
They can't get anything. And you factor in, look at how Deshaun Watson is killing it.
Oh, my God.
That they passed up on drafting Deshaun Watson and have
God.
virtually massive quarterback problems. They have massive quarterback problems. And you watch what Watson's doing. I mean, he went in there and butt-fucked them. That had to be embarrassing for them. You know, I heard that Hugh Jackson, the coach of Cleveland, texted Deshaun Watson, this is per Deshaun Watson, texted Deshaun Watson draft day and said, get ready. And then they didn't draft him.
Oh, my God.
So you know Hugh Jackson was told and expressed, let's get this kid and let's make him our franchise quarterback. Somebody above Hugh Jackson negated that trade,
or that
draft pick, and then they took the defensive guy. I mean, shame. Granted, yeah, defense, you could build around defense. I'm not knocking him. He's great player. His first play ever got a sack. And it's never been done before by a number 1 draft pick. But still.
I mean,
if you can't score, you can't win. If you can't score, you can't win. And now they go into next year with the same question they always have had.
They're going to
draft a quarterback.
They're going to draft a quarterback. There's so many quarterbacks coming out this year.
I think since that franchise came back, they have started 29 different quarterbacks, I believe. 29. That's crazy. I mean, the Falcons have started 4 in the last 15 years.
Jesus.
And would have only been 2 if it weren't for a certain somebody drowning dogs. If it wasn't for him drowning dogs, it would have been Michael Vick and Matt Ryan.
Oh, my God.
So, I don't know, man. Yeah, Cleveland is – sometimes it's the front office just sucks. Sometimes they just
It's all your
suck.
owner. It's like you ever have a family where like one of the parents is just crazy? The whole family's crazy. If you have a crazy owner, your team sucks. They suck. Owners have everything. The players, man, yes, there's some great players here and there, but for the most part, it's equal talent across all teams. It's your GM and it's your owner. If you have a shitty owner, your team is going to suck. Look at the Clippers. We've been garbage for so long. Now we got a good owner, and things are turning around.
Makes a difference. Makes a huge difference. That's where it starts.
And I don't know why these.
Same with the Falcons, man. Ever since Arthur Blank bought the Falcons, they have been. Now, granted, yeah, you haven't won a Super Bowl, you don't have any rings, all this sort of shit. We're talking about a team that was never in the goddamn playoffs, and we're in the playoffs every fucking year. 3 times NFC Championship game, Super Bowl. In the last 6 years, that is a winning franchise. Now, you haven't won a championship yet, but that is still a difference of every year we're 6-10 or every year we're 11-5.
Right.
Now, it's still, you got to get over that hump, but it's a progress. And it's all, just like you said, because we got a new owner that's willing to build a stadium, work with the city, hire a good GM, let the GM hire a good coach.
Right.
I mean, and it all, just like you said, Sam, it all comes from, I'd like to see the Clippers. I don't know how I'd feel about Doc.
Yeah, he's going to be gone. So the Rams, man, are they for real?
Rams are absolutely for real.
I mean, are we going to talk about them like, I mean, they got great defense and a great offense, right? They're a pretty complete team.
They're a pretty complete team. Pretty complete. Now, why don't you bet on football, Gabe the banker?
I usually do, but this season I've been like laying kind of low off it.
Why?
Why?
Because it's too unpredictable, like Sam was saying?
I haven't had the time to like study the games, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What is your what's your favorite team? The Jets? Do you have a basketball team?
The Clippers, yeah.
The Clippers?
Yeah.
Since when?
Since always. I mean, when I was a kid, I liked the Lakers, but then after Van Exel and Eddie Jones left, I became like a Clipper fan.
Of all people to say, all you ever hear is Kobe, Shaq, Magic, Kareem, Van Exel.
Yeah. Eddie
Fisher.
Jones. I mean, when they traded
I loved
Eddie
Eddie Jones. I loved Eddie Jones.
Was great,
I loved Eddie Jones.
I mean, he played shooting guard, and they got Kobe Bryant.
Bad.
So you were mad they got rid of Eddie Jones and brought in Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
So you said, enough's enough.
Yeah. I went with Piakowski and the Clippers.
How's your sister doing?
The fuck, man?
So creepy.
That was said creepy.
That was done on purpose.
Well, I'll say she makes pretty babies.
Oh, how many kids she have now?
2.
Oh, look at that. Gabe, do you have a girlfriend?
Dating, but nothing serious.
Are you like Ari? Do you have a bunch of girlfriends?
Not a bunch, a couple.
You don't want to put your foot in your mouth, I can tell.
Do you date tall women, short women, fat women?
I think all women are tall to you. Is that true?
No.
Okay.
Why would that?
I'm saying you're not a very tall guy.
I'm average.
Vertically challenged, as they say. Average. I'm average for a
What kind of women do you like, Gabe?
All kinds. I don't know. Attractive, good sense of humor.
I mean, are you in the Mexicans? Are you in the...
Nah, no races. I'm open to anything.
Well.
I feel like that's most people. I don't feel like you guys have a type.
I do. Lying cunts. Seems to be what I'm attracted to.
I like Amazon chicks. Tall, crazy, wanting to fight bitches.
Like, give me an example of someone you would describe as an Amazon chick that we would know, like in our like bigger than Rose. Rose is pretty tall, and
yeah, I like Rose.
Who doesn't?
I want bigger though.
Wow.
I'm into him too, but like I don't think you could get into a relationship type
yeah,
because
you need like a ladder. You need a ladder to make love to your lady.
I mean, that part I could do. I mean, just
you need a high chair.
Being in public. You know?
Yeah. And they're like, oh,
she'd walk you around like a little monkey,
Your son has a
right?
beard. Your son has a Halloween beard on. Cute, ma'am.
What's the tallest lady you've ever dated?
7'2", like 6'1".
6'1", huh?
Wow.
She smack you around, Gabe?
No. My last one was 5'11".
Wow.
And how tall are you?
Like 5'8".
Uh-huh.
My ID says 5'9", but you know.
One of those kind of like UFC things where you're just like, hey, like quarterbacks. I was like, this guy's 6'9". Then you meet him, you're like, brother, you ain't 6'9".
So let's get into some injuries in NFL. It's fucking nuts, right?
Yeah.
I mean, all these huge guys are out now. Odell Beckham. What's his face for Houston?
Yep. Brandon Marshall, J.J. Watt. We lost Fournette this weekend.
Green Bay, we lost
Aaron Rodgers.
They all died, right?
They're dead.
Can we play the breaking news theme song that football is dangerous?
Yeah, exactly.
So your boyfriend doesn't watch sports either? You guys are just UFC
he
guys?
He likes the Patriots.
He's a Patriots guy?
He's from Boston.
He's from Boston.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Every time you see him, he's wearing a Boston hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you've ever seen him, he's wearing a Boston hat.
That's true. Yep. I didn't know. That's crazy.
Also, Dalvin Cook, gone for the year. Fournette, gone probably for the year. I haven't looked today. Yeah. Fucked his knee up. Oh. Bad. He had out like 170 yards already. And then fucking did one of those like kind of like cuts where
he
his
got
knee
hurt all the time.
His knee went the other way. Like it looks like if his knee was backwards, so it bent that way.
Oh, gross.
And then immediately just grabbed it and dropped. I mean, he could have kept running, but he just couldn't. I mean, physically couldn't. I'm saying there was nobody around him.
He got hurt all the time in college. I knew he was going to get hurt in the pros.
He plays violently. One of my favorite moments of the NFL season this year is a very little subtle moment. He had got past the front four, the defensive line. Now he's like up to the linebackers, makes a move on a linebacker, and here comes a safety. And Fournette literally does this to him, like, come on, and boom, like 2 battering rams, and just flattened the guy and kept running. But to go, come on, when you're running towards somebody is pretty badass in the NFL.
That is. So how'd he hurt himself?
That was 2 weeks ago when he did that. He just made a cut. And like literally, this knee was like crank, like it bent like this.
He's not
Sam.
durable.
Like
dude.
his knee went crunk, and then he just grabbed it and dropped. I mean, knees are a motherfucker in the NFL, man. I mean, knees, shit. It's everything. It's everything. And when you're cutting and running, and you got those cleats, so a lot of times your cleats will stick in the ground, and you go to turn and move, and your fucking foot is still stuck in the ground. That's tough, man. That is tough. Good for Aaron Rodgers. I'm glad you're gone. Fuck you. Hopefully he's done for the year. I don't wish him death, but I do wish him no more football this year. Zeke's gone for 6 weeks. There's a lot of... God, I'm so happy with Adrian Peterson, though.
Dude, how do you think he's going to do? Do you think that was just like a change of pace, or is he going to be...
Did you watch him? It didn't look like it. It didn't look like a change of pace at all. It looked like the old Adrian Peterson. Now
in the last game?
Yep. It's going to be hard. Yeah, because they traded him to the Cardinals.
Oh, shit.
Yep. So and then they cut Chris Johnson. So now he's pretty much the only back that they have. So instead of getting 4 touches every week, he got 24 touches and 2 touchdowns and 140 yards, 124 yards or some shit. That's the Adrian Peterson we know.
Can I ask you something? What is my number on Google Hangouts? Do you know how to find what my number is so we can take some calls?
I have no idea.
You remember when Chris Johnson had that huge season?
Of course, 2,000-yard season.
That was amazing.
You think he was on the juice?
No.
Because the year after, I feel like he got a big contract and he fell off big time.
I don't think he was on the juice. I think that, he was in a contract year. And
everybody falls off after those. That's what they all do.
Seems like it. I wouldn't mind falling off after a contract year.
You don't think they juice up to get the big contract? No.
You don't see a lot of running backs juicing up. A lot of that is defensive players. A lot of that's linebackers, defensive linemen. A lot of those guys are always juicing up.
Isn't O.J. Simpson the only guy to do 2,000 yards twice?
Did he do it twice? Do you see that Juice is out at casinos and banging chicks already? Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I didn't find it. I don't know. I don't see the point. Why are we still talking about OJ? I mean, not us right now, because we're about to talk about OJ apparently.
Right.
Why is it news? Why, when I'm watching the Cubs game, is it scrolling at the bottom ticker, OJ Simpson signing autographs in Arizona? So what? I mean, if he does something like OJ Simpson slaps somebody, okay, now I'm like, oh, what happened with that? But OJ Simpson gets job. So?
Who hits on OJ. Like, what are you doing?
Shit.
What do women do? Why do you like such assholes? Speak for your people.
I don't know. It's like you want what you can't have, and you think you can change them.
It's a story.
It's a self-esteem thing too.
Have you
though.
guys
I fucking hooked up with OJ yesterday. He was like all over me, but I'm like,
Have you
bitch,
guys?
you were sucking his dick.
He's in the right place to meet chicks, though, Vegas.
No, that's true. Have you guys watched Curb Your Enthusiasm this season?
I didn't see the Renazizi one yet.
So good, dude.
I saw the first two. I haven't seen the third one
Yeah.
yet.
So
I watched
good.
last night with my stepdad.
So, what'd you
Family
think?
bonding.
Fatwa sex? It
No
cracks.
spoilers, bro.
I love that
man,
scene.
that's what we do here.
Yeah.
I love that scene when the kid's funk master, his nephew's getting fucked upstairs, and he's standing there, Bob Einstein, with Larry David, and Larry David leaves and goes to like look at his computer, and Einstein's just still standing there in the background, and he goes, "Well, I'm just gonna leave because it's weird if I just stand here on set," and he just walks away, but makes a joke about how he's just standing in the background of a shot.
So funny, dude. So funny.
He's the
dude.
best. That's a funny family.
Larry David is the funniest dude of all time. Of all time.
And for him to put him on that, because I always loved Super Dave Osborne. I love the Super Dave Osborne show. And the fact that him and Albert Brooks are brothers makes me really want to go to one of their Thanksgiving dinners. That's a funny-ass family.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's like Amy and David Sedaris, too. That's got to be a fun fucking family. She's got a new show coming out.
Is there a third brother?
I don't know. If there is, it's probably like Cooper Manning, where he's just like, yeah, both my brothers are funny and famous.
Dude, this
Here I
fucking...
am.
Dude.
There's a third Manning.
Yeah, and supposedly he was the best of all of the Manning brothers at football, and he fucked his knee up in high school and then couldn't play football anymore.
What does he do for a living?
Probably, I honestly think he has a car dealership somewhere in New Orleans. But, you know, your dad was in the NFL. Both your brothers are in the NFL.
So he's like the Rob Kardashian. Everyone just takes care of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
He runs like foundations for them. They gave him a job.
I met the entire Manning family when I worked at the ESPYs. Nice people.
Right. They should be.
Dorky as fuck.
Really?
The whole family looks like the dorkiest family that would have been on, like, Family Feud. Like, they all look like they laugh like this.
Really, Peyton? He didn't seem that dorky.
Peyton was not there because he was hosting the ESPYs, so it was the rest of his family but
Right,
Peyton.
right.
Cooper, his dad, his mom, Eli, their wives. But yeah, I was kind of like...
Do you think the Giants have to move on from Eli?
Yeah, eventually. I mean, he looked good last night. Or Sunday night. Sunday night, he looked okay. But I mean, dude, how can you... I mean, the guy lost number 1, number 2, and number 3 receivers.
If you had to pick who's going to be in the Super Bowl right now, who do you think it's going to be?
That's a tough one right now. Chiefs and Chiefs-Eagles.
Chiefs and Eagles?
Why not? Why not?
Eagles could do it. I told you Eagles were going to be good.
I tell you what, that quarterback's great. He could be top
Wentz?
8 quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Now, who's better, him or Goff?
Wentz, they have a completely different style of play. If it was me, I like what I've seen out of Wentz in the last 2 years versus Goff in the last 2 years. Goff is having a great year this year. That offensive coach and offensive-minded head coach has really changed around for him. But Wentz is pretty special. Goff's doing good, though. Rams are good. Do not sleep
What's
on the
their
Rams.
weakness?
Rams?
Experience? I mean, they got a great offense. They got a great
Receiver depth. Sammy Watkins hasn't been doing shit. Cooper Kupp's about as tall as Gabe, no offense. The other guy that they got that just has been a bust forever. Who's that little guy they got? Fast as fuck, but he's about 5'2" in heels.
Not Holt. What's his name?
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. He played for Virginia.
No, yeah, I think he played for
Played
Cal.
for Virginia.
We need Johnny.
Well, it doesn't matter. But anyways,
We do need Johnny.
I think receiver depth is their biggest issue.
I believe you're referring to Wes Welker.
No.
Black guy, fast as fuck. It's Tyvon Austin.
Yep.
Tyvon Austin.
You guys, why does
So
no one go
close.
to the Rams games if they're so good?
Because it's
Los
$100 to
Angeles.
park. It's $100 to park there.
I thought that when you guys all were going, it was like they find it for $20.
I took the train straight there. and it lets you off at the stadium.
All those guys were tailgating, and they said they found somewhere that was like $20.
Yeah, it's just far away, and you got to walk through that fucking shitty part of town. But it's pretty.
So
pretty safe
do you mean
game.
when you say it's LA, it's just no one goes to sporting events?
Well, they go to Clippers games, they go to Laker games, they go to
we
Dodger
go to
games, but all of a sudden you're like, hey, now you have a football team. And after 25 years of not having a football team, and everybody in this town is a fan of whatever team that they're from.
Right.
So, if the Bears are in town, a third of that stadium is rooting for the Bears.
I feel like I would have fun at a Rams game. I have fun at live events.
Once they get that new stadium, and then the Rams have been good for 2 years, you're going to see asses in seats.
I think the Rams can get L.A. I don't think that the Chargers can.
I don't think there's any way that they can. I think they're going to have to go back to San Diego.
I think so.
I think that's their only answer.
I think so for sure.
I mean, they can't go to Oakland. They can't go where are they going to fucking San Antonio?
Why do you think ratings are down?
I think ratings are down because a lot of people are going to bars, and I think ratings are down because of fantasy football. I think a lot of people are watching shows like The Red Zone. I think a lot of people are going to bars and watching all the games at once, and I think a lot of people are DVRing games and watching them later.
Yeah.
And this isn't your father's NFL. And if you're going to use a metrics of a system to analytically look at how people are watching television now, and it's based on how people used to watch football, the numbers aren't going to be what you want them to be.
Right.
It's hard to quantify because all they really want to do is be able to prove to advertisers that, look, how many people are watching this.
Right.
They need to find a way to go, look, I mean, if I was anything like Coke or Pepsi or any of these Budweiser and these advertisers, I would hate the Red Zone channel. The purpose of the Red Zone channel is to skip commercials.
Right.
We don't have a fucking goddamn. If there's a commercial, it's because they're paying us to read who's on Rich Eisen this week or what have you. You know what I mean? It's hard to quantify how people are watching that now with an old system of doing that. So, I mean, they are down a little bit, according to Donald Trump, the nation's #1 ratings expert on everything in the world.
He's gone to war with the NFL, huh?
Well, because he lost a war with them in fucking 86.
It's totally crazy.
I mean, it's no coincidence every person Donald Trump has a beef with and bitches about has wronged him or fucked him over in the past.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit. So, Nanny, what do you think of this whole Harvey Weinstein thing?
Oh, my God, I'm like the worst person to ask.
Why?
Because I'm just so, like, not feminist. I'm going to get people mad at me.
No, what do you think about it?
I mean, do I condone it? No. What are you asking?
Like, what's your take on it? I mean, like this whole Me Too thing, over and over. Everybody's putting Me Too up. What's your thought?
What does that mean?
I don't like the Me Too thing. Like, I was going through my feed the
they
other
were
day.
sexually harassed or
like
raped.
every woman is supposed to write Me Too on Facebook.
That's me. But we have similar backpacks, don't we?
So annoying.
I thought it was really annoying. I was
we have
going through
very
my
similar
feed
backpacks.
and like getting really mad at all my friends.
I almost just got a new computer right there. I should have just kept my mouth shut.
We live in Hollywood. Like, women don't try to sleep their way to the top. I mean, it's like, am I
What?
crazy?
No, man, you're crazy.
What?
Right, Chelsea? Women try to sleep their way to the top.
Oh, you said
Yeah.
don't.
Oh, like I'm saying, like, are we kidding ourselves? So they don't try to sleep their way to the top? And Chelsea was in this article, and I love Chelsea Skidmore. She went back 4 times to this guy to try to get this role. And each time he'd, like, jerk off in the mirror. But it's like, at what point do you stop going back?
Was the role a girl that watches a guy jerk off in a mirror? Because if so, she's off buck.
Yeah.
She's nailing it.
I grew up out here, and as a kid, I was an actor, and I experienced shit like that, too.
Ooh, do tell.
Oh, please tell us your
Yeah, I
sexual
gotta hear that.
harassment.
Well, the biggest story is when I was 15, one of the biggest directors,
Name him.
but he
Write his name down right here.
Oh, shit.
Write his name down, and then we'll.
he offered
I
me,
got you.
he offered me a part in a big movie.
Just write his name down, so I just want to know who you're talking about. So he offered you a big part in a movie. Oh shit, Bryan Singer. Okay, cool. So what? So Bryan Singer offers you a big part in a movie, and then what happens? Can't believe you fell for that.
Go for it, dude. Tell us. You're amongst friends.
This is breaking news.
With Gabe Killian.
I just said no.
But
What did he say?
What did he
What did he say?
Dude, come on, man.
What did he say?
what?
I can't talk about it after you fucking name
I
it.
didn't say his name. I didn't say his name.
Anyway, pretty much nothing happened,
but it was.
I could have gotten the part just for getting head.
Getting head?
Yeah.
That's so
letting him. What was
Yeah.
that?
I'll do it.
It was just a roll.
Roll what?
God,
like
he was
what?
a kid though too, so
Cinnabon?
gross.
Wolverine.
In a movie.
Wolverine.
Hey, yeah, you want to see my claws?
But yeah,
Hey, I heal
there were a few
quick.
situations like that. But yeah, that was the biggest one, I'd say.
That's
What-
crazy.
Is this when you were young?
15, he said.
15.
Like
That's gross.
between 15 and 17, there were a lot of shit like that.
Did you do any child acting stuff as something we would know that you were like, oh, I was in Saved by the Bell
Nah.
or any kind of bullshit like that?
No, because he wouldn't let anyone suck his dick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let people suck my dick for a turkey sandwich, let alone if I can play
That's why
Wolverine.
you're the best. That's
Play
why you're the
Wolverine.
And
best.
like a lot of the teenage actors coming out in movies like that and shit, and I was hearing stories about the shit they were doing.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Hollywood sucks.
Yeah.
I think it's about to implode on itself.
Well, we're seeing a lot of that. And it's so much of it is being taken, the power is being given back to the artist. We're able to create our own specials. We're able to release our own fucking albums and music and videos and do everything our own selves and get advertisers from YouTube videos and all this where you're just like, what do I need? What do I need you for?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
we really don't need that. And the result of that, other than gigantic film industry, the result of that is we're seeing all of these old dinosaurs getting pushed out and dealt with for all of their wrongdoings all these years.
Thank God.
From fucking, Bill Cosby to fucking Weinstein to Bryan Singer to everybody, everybody else. Yeah, it's interesting, but I mean, I don't know.
How come no one said anything is why I'm weirded out. Because it's like now that one person did, everybody's coming out. Why did it take 30 years?
Well, look at Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
It took one dude saying it for the whole House of Cards
I think
to fall.
that's all I don't get. It's like this could have been stopped 30 years ago.
I don't know about. I mean, maybe I don't know. I think a lot of people were scared to say something.
He's a powerful dude.
Very powerful. I mean, it's like, hey, if I'm an actress and he was sexually harassing me, but also got me an Academy Award.
So they got the parts after watching it?
Well, wasn't it the whole thing is that what's her face from Shakespeare in Love slept with him? Like that was the giant rumor going around. What's her name that was in Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Gwyneth Paltrow?
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, that was a giant rumor
I
that
thought
she
she
slept with
came
him.
out and said she didn't, and Brad Pitt like almost fought it.
I had heard that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I had heard.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt kind of got into his grill. It was like, I'll fucking knock your block off, fuckface. You want some Fight Club action, bitch? You want Tyler Durden to come over to your house and butt fuck you?
Yeah. I don't think Gwyneth Paltrow really needed any help. Both her parents were actors. I mean, like.
But dude, if you want a certain role, that's what you gotta do.
That movie was overrated. You
It's
telling me that's
so-
better than Saving Private Ryan?
Dude,
Fuck off.
it's just
Fuck
another
straight
Oscar stupid circle jerk that
Yeah.
goes on in Hollywood. Dude, all the movies that now they give awards to, nobody's even watched.
Yeah.
I tend to watch
the
all of them.
screeners.
Yeah, I tend to watch all of them, but I don't watch them in the theater. Like, I wait till screeners come out, and then I'm like,
Right.
oh, I want to try to watch all of these before the awards. But, yeah, I wasn't, like, racing to the theater to go see fucking,
Same. Like I only watch them because they're all nominated.
Exactly.
Like, and
so
my
does
bosses
everybody.
are like, here, watch these.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I wind up liking a lot of them. But
I hated, what was that musical last year?
La La Land,
God, I hated it
I didn't
so
like it
much.
either.
It was all right. I saw it in theaters. I have a wife.
You're
thought it was
adorable.
it was
Aaron
all
would
right.
be the only one in here that
bad.
that
It
like-
wasn't that bad.
No,
I
it was
hated
all right.
It wasn't
it.
that bad.
But I'm saying it won every fucking award that there was.
What was the last movie you saw?
In a theater, Kingsman,
Mine was Creed.
Jeez.
Creed. They're doing a remake of that. Or not a remake, a sequel.
And before that, it was Project X.
Oh wow, you don't go to the movies.
Dude,
It was always like a few years.
gotta hear this.
I go a lot. I see like every scary movie.
Do you do that $10 movie thing?
No, but I should.
I'll show you, man. I gotta show you.
Yeah, it's
something.
pretty good. I find there's a
lot
bunch
of
of
my
ways you can beat that
coworkers do
system
that.
too.
$10.
Well, you
you
have,
can
like,
go to
everything
as many
illegal.
movies as you want.
Yeah, as many as you want, and you have to like when
One
you
a
do
day,
it,
but
you
yeah.
got to do it right there. But it doesn't know that you're buying. If you buy tickets for later, it doesn't recognize that. So you could actually buy tickets for a movie that's coming out in 2 days. At that kiosk, it just thinks you're going to see it right then, and it'll just print out your ticket.
You guys have to hear
The other thing that you can do is if you're doing that and you're going to a lot of movies, if you sign up for the points thing, that like ArcLight or whatever the fuck, it values that ticket at full price. So you now after like 2-3 movies, now it's like free popcorn, free sodas and stuff too.
Oh.
If if you're proactive about it.
What are you playing?
Dude, Max Kellerman could rap. Back in the day,
He looks like it.
he was an amazing rapper. Hold on. I want to play you guys this.
Cool. So movie talk.
I mean, what else? I'm trying to talk about, and nobody's got anything to
Why don't we
talk
talk about UFC? We have
Yeah,
Dave
let's go into
here.
Scrap City.
All right, let's get into it.
We haven't talked about UFC in like 6 months. I
Let's
feel
talk
like.
about it.
Well, I tell you what, I love this card coming up on the first. Our good friend Mickey Gall is going to be on it. By the way, Gabe Killian's passcode is 222222 on his phone. If you ever get his phone, feel free to cock bomb away. And Mickey Gall's on the card. That's a great card.
What is the card?
That's GSP and
GSP
Bisbing. November 4th.
It's
Dillashaw, Garbrandt.
Madison Square Garden.
Garbrandt Dillashaw.
You guys,
Garbrandt Dillashaw.
oh, that's good.
Joanna and Rose.
Yep.
Do you think Rose has any chance?
No, she's gonna cry like
I was
always.
just
going
going to say she's going to cry. She's going to be crying walking into the ring.
It's gonna be a good fight.
I
but,
think
like,
she has a
just-
chance
yeah.
if she could get the fight
To the
floor.
ground?
Yeah, she has good submissions.
I don't think she has a shot in hell at striking.
No.
But
Is
yeah,
Joanna the best? Is she just another level?
I think so.
Right now, yeah, I think so.
I agree.
When she fought Claudia Gadelha in that fight, if Gadelha had better cardio, she would have won. Because the first 2 rounds, she won easily.
Right.
And she started gassing in the third, and that's when Joanna took over. But if she had the cardio and she didn't gas, she would have won that fight.
Didn't Claudia just get beat up in her next fight?
Yeah.
That shocked me.
Who are the other ones that are on that card? So we got that's the whole card with Mickey Gall. That's all 5, right?
Got Johnny Hendricks and Paulo Borrachinha.
But the whole card is good. Like even the undercard, it's good.
Yeah, I want to see who's all on that undercard.
When is this
My
fight?
phone doesn't. work.
November.
Farhaz Zahabi's
1st.
brothers on that card.
4th, November 4th. It is basically
There's like 3 cards until then too, which is what's
weeks.
funny.
Yeah, they're all garbage too.
There's a Fight Pass one this week with Cerrone.
Yep,
Like
fight
he
pass.
fights all the time.
I feel like Cerrone fights every 90
fights,
days.
Yeah, he fights every card.
Machida's back. 217 is.
Oh.
What is up? Is GSP fat?
I think he's
He
just
didn't
like,
look fat.
short.
There's Wonder
He
Boy.
didn't look fat. I mean,
Bisbing keeps saying that.
No,
he
he-
keeps making fun of his weight.
He's got muscle.
Yeah.
Are you
bulked
sure, dude? He looks.
did you see him at that press conference the other day? He looked jacked.
Yeah, I think he's just like short, so it just makes him look stocky.
He looked jacked.
Pretty
I don't
bulky.
know. Someone showed him doing some high kick with a spinning fist, and he was so out of shape. It was insane.
Really?
No, he does I follow him on Instagram. He does gymnastics. He's wild.
I saw him do that thing where he was doing a push-up with his legs completely in the air,
Yeah.
and then would stand his legs straight up, and then was doing push-ups up this
That's
way,
gymnastics.
and then would lay his body back down, but his legs never touched the ground,
Yeah.
and then he would just stand up.
Some Van Damme shit.
It was like, God damn.
Wow.
I couldn't do that if someone was holding my legs
Wow.
Me either.
and picking me up. I couldn't do that. But, like we've all said on this show before, he hasn't fought in 4 years.
What do you think?
And his last 3 fights were boring.
Go to BetDSI and let's start making some bets. BetDSI for all your bet needs. Go BetDSI.com. Use the promo code PUNCHDRUNK.
Punch 25.
Punch25.
And that gets you $25 to bet with. And as we're going to do this, and there's all things you can bet on. You can bet on all sports, all kind of prop bets, all kinds of everything. Our good friends at BetDSI are great. They will double whatever initial investment you put in with your first investment. Punch 25, get you 25 free bucks to bet with. And like we're saying, parlay. So we'll go through this fight card, and we'll have Gabe the banker make some nice predictions for you guys. And hey, take that free 25 bucks, put it on what the banker's about to say, and make that money, honey.
There's fights this Saturday too. Should we do that instead?
Well, let's go through all of it and
Hey.
give some people some locks.
Do you think they're setting Johnny Hendricks up to get his ass beat by this dude?
Yeah.
He's on the 4th card too.
That's what it looks like.
I mean, dude,
But,
he's taking on that Paulo.
I'm surprised Hendricks is fighting again.
He's
Paulo.
gonna miss weight like always.
Oh my God, dude! God damn it, man! This fucking.
That was not on our end. That was on your end. Listening to this podcast. Answer your phone. It could be your mom.
Real quick, I want you guys to listen to this. Listen to this.
And then we'll get Gabe's picks for BetDSI.
This is Max Kellerman and his brother.
sting like a bee. Ah, rumble, young man, rumble. Ah.
What year is this?
94.
Sounds like it.
Like a baby-faced killer, I step in a box in a mob flocks. They hopping on bedrock as a lyrical
his
cannon
brother
cock.
who was murdered. The next one, Timmy, sounds exactly like Eminem.
Straight to the top of hip-hop charts. Dynamic duo mob and doing the job. And cold running Gotham like Batman and Robin. Painful, brain full of wild rearrange. Yo, devilish rhymes, but I'm looking like an angel. Before I came into the game, you couldn't name a rookie entertainer who could rhyme like a Hall of Famer. You got delusions, a dope, and a dumb plan to battle the one Sam. Rumble, young man.
Rumble, young man, rumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Rumble, young man. New York's a state, my city's in. A man who I hate, I pity
This
him
is
like
Max
a Branch
Kellerman.
Davidian. Got skills, got stamina. Got hands of stone like the champ from Panama. Bodies drop from body shots, cause I could box. No need for Glocks or karate chops. So if you wanna see who the best be, come and test me. Come and test me. Come and test me. Got stardom. Get stuck from the crop to the.
Pretty good, huh?
That phone going off was at a perfect time
all
because
I
it sounded
do-
like it was part of that.
It's off, 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 off. Everything's off. I don't know
Weird.
why it keeps coming on.
Yeah, that sounded like every rap song in the 90s.
I like his brother better, though.
You thought his brother was better?
Yeah, and what'd
Yeah.
that get him? What'd that get him, Gabe?
Murdered.
Guess
Murdered.
what opens today?
Murdered.
NBA. It's
Is it
the
today?
most wonderful time of the year. I'm so excited. It's going to be such
It'll be a
good
while
year.
before I get into NBA. With baseball playoffs, NFL, it's like I don't get into NBA till like late November. Then I start kind of getting into NBA.
But you guys want to touch UFC, so let's get into it.
Well,
So
let's
the
get- no, we'll
Fight
give him-
Nanny is involved.
Let's give him
Is
some
every
of our
song-
Gabe Killian.
Is every song Max Kellerman did though? Is it always about boxing or?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I would imagine. It's the only thing he knows. He knows two things: boxing and how to bury your brother.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
I mean, he obviously did it. So, Gabe, give us some of your Bet DSI, Gabe the Banker, picks for the fights this weekend and maybe some on the 4th. If anybody wants to do parlays, use the code PUNCH25. Use that $25, do a parlay, win that money, honey.
This Saturday is the Donald Cerrone card. He's fighting.
As is next
Saturday.
Saturday and the Saturday after that is also
Yeah.
the Donald Cerrone card.
This is Fight Pass, though, right, Gabe?
I think so.
This doesn't work.
The fights are in Poland. He's fighting Darren Till. He's an undefeated British guy. I like Till. He's an underdog, plus 130.
So you like Cerrone with the loss there?
Yeah, I think Till's like too big and too strong for him.
Okay.
Really?
What else you got? And that's an underdog pick, so that's in more money.
Yeah, it's a value play right there. I like Aspen Ladd, who's making her UFC debut
Why? Why would you gamble on somebody who's never fought before?
in the UFC, but like she's fought outside the UFC. She's pretty good. I think she should be a bigger favorite than she is. I see value in that price. Definitely. I like Devin Clark, who trains with John Jones. He's taking on Jan Blachowicz in Poland. He'll be out.
Is this on one card?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a fight pass
This is
set.
the
basically.
It's a Poland card.
His parlay for this week.
Nobody knows who you're talking. You're
But-
just yelling out names.
No, but if they're gonna do one, they're gonna listen to this, and they put a parlay on all these
All
people.
right,
he's
exactly.
fighting.
Go on.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
I'd like to get your take
I
on
don't.
this.
I don't know.
And if they're real fight fans, they know because this Devin Clark guy is like he was on Dana White's the
Making
Fight Pass.
yeah.
He was on that show and he's been winning fights. He's coming up. He's one of those guys. Yeah. So I like Aspen Ladd,
I'm gonna
that
make
guy,
my Bet DSI debut with these picks.
and
Punch 25.
I like Andre.
Good job, Nanny. Way to make that money.
I like Andre Touchy Feely, who's fighting Artem Lobov, Connor's boy.
Andre Touchy Feely? That's
Yeah.
his nickname?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great nickname.
Yeah.
How have I not heard of that before?
I know him because he fights. He's what is it?
He's
Team
a-
Alpha Male.
Team Alpha.
Oh,
Male,
okay. I'd like Touchy Feely to fight Uncle Creepy for the
Yeah. That'd
be
battle
fun.
of all the fucking great
The
nicknames.
best nicknames ever.
Creepy's out of the UFC now.
Yeah, I know.
Who's got the best nickname?
Those two.
Touchy's probably. Yeah.
Those two are pretty damn good. Touchy Feely and Uncle Creepy really just like, hey, we're going to go to Uncle Creepy's house. I don't want to go to Uncle Creepy's house. Who else you got?
And finally, the last leg of that parlay, I got Ramazan Emeev, who's making his UFC debut against Sam Alvey, and that guy's a pretty good Russian prospect.
So you like a lot of those underdogs, a lot of those people making their debut, just because it's a value pick, because the odds are good, and you've also researched them. You know these people are.
Yeah, the ones in this parlay, they're all favorites, but yeah, Darren Till's the only underdog here.
And what do you think about the fight on the 4th, the big one coming up?
I like GSP in that one.
Really?
I do too.
Yeah.
I like Bisping.
A lot of people do. I think
I
I'm in
like
the majority
Bisping.
when I say I like GSP.
Bisping is very underrated.
How do you think he wins?
Just pressure.
Striking.
Kickboxing?
Pressure. I think, there's going to be ring rust. I think he's 4 years older. And I think that Bisping has been a great fighter. The only guys he's really lost to are a bunch of roidheads, and one time to Luke Rockhold, which he revenged. He got revenge for.
Revenged is the best.
I just can't talk today.
He got revenged. He did.
Oh, God.
He did get revenged.
He got revenge. So I think Bisping's completely underrated.
Yeah, he is. But I think GSP is just better. And Bisping's on the big decline, too, even though he's underrated.
Bisping's no spring chicken.
What's their height
And he's
difference?
white, which I just found out.
Who's white? Michael Bisping?
Oh, right.
Not only is he
He's
white,
black
he's as English as they get.
And the most important detail, which I don't even want to mention and that people don't really talk about, is he only has one eye.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
feel
true.
like a lot of people talk about that.
That's
Not
true.
really.
Not enough.
Is he going to get it fixed?
He
I don't
can't.
think
After
you can fix
retirement.
that.
Yeah.
Who do you think Conor should fight next?
Who he should fight or who he will fight?
Both.
A bear.
He should fight Tony Ferguson, but
Yeah.
who he will fight, I think, is probably Malinjani, another boxing match.
Are you serious?
They'll let him do
Yeah,
that.
they're already starting to get the talk going for that.
Oh, that's disgusting. Although I would love to see fucking Paulie get his fucking teeth punched in.
I think he's going to fight.
It's
Well,
boring.
I could see that. Why would he want to go back to UFC?
If he does go back to the UFC, it's going to be the Diaz fight, I think.
That's what I want. I want the trilogy of the Diaz fight. It's 1-1. It's the sexiest UFC fight on paper, which is all they really want anyway. I mean, Ferguson, for UFC fans, Ferguson is a great fight. We all know that would be a great fight to watch. Does that get everybody talking in the papers and the media and, hey, he's fighting Ferguson? Or is a Diaz trilogy what's going to put asses in seats and sell pay-per-view
You don't think he's
money?
like Rousey level now, though, where people just buy his fights because he's
I
that
think
big?
there's a whole different level of every UFC fan will buy his fights, and then there's this like Ort cloud behind it all that's like, but my girlfriend will watch this fight. There'll be parties like Super Bowl parties for the fight if it's Diaz.
My main issue with that fight is that I feel like Nate probably hasn't even stepped foot in the gym since the last fight.
He probably didn't step foot in the gym for that fight.
Yeah, probably.
He was on a yacht, remember?
That's right.
Tuner.
I think he beats. I think he beats Conor if they fight again. I think Nate Diaz.
I do too.
Can beat him. I think he
I do
threw
too.
the fight the second time because he knew there was so much money for a third fight. He held Conor up against.
He wanted to win that fight.
I'm telling you, dude.
He wanted to win that
I'm telling
fight.
you this.
Those Diaz brothers don't want to lose,
They've never lost.
according to them. According to them, and according to Stockton, they've never been beat. Yeah, so I don't know. Of that, I'd like to see Diaz. The Malignaggi thing, I'm not into. Guys, go to draft.com. Hey, who doesn't like playing fantasy football? I know I do.
I don't.
My teams are hot again. They're getting hot. Finally doing better. But when I was doing bad, what did I want to do? Redraft my team. Guess what you can't do? Redraft. And if you have draft, what do they call like a drafter's remorse? That's what it is. Drafter's remorse is what most of us suffer from. Well, you play draft. Go get the app Draft. Use the code PUNCHDRUNK. That gets you a free money play. And you can draft an entire 12-team league, snake draft, and bam, you got a brand new team. Let's say Adrian Peterson just went to Arizona, and now you realize he's going to be getting 28 touches a day instead of 6, 2 touchdowns and 123 yards. Why didn't I draft him? Guess what you can do now? Draft him.
Boom.
Do they have other sports?
What's that?
Do they have other sports on there?
I don't know if they do.
Yeah,
don't
I was looking at. They have
I've
basketball
only used it for
too.
football. I only use it for football.
They have it for
I'm sure that they
basketball,
do. But use the code PUNCHDRUNK, and that gets you a free money play.
I do it for baseball.
Here's what's great.
You did it for baseball?
I would,
Oh, there you go.
rather
for
than committing
MMA.
to 6 months.
Well, that's what's great about it, too. It's like, especially for baseball, you don't have to have that long-term commitment. It's like, hey, man, I just want to play a bunch of my friends this week. And there's all different tiers of ways you can make money, win money. You can try to win the gigantic grand prize. But it's fun. So hit me up at Teeb, at either Teeb or the Teeb on draft. I believe you're Sam Tripoli.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Ari has signed up for it yet or not, but hit us up, man. I'd love to do a draft with you. Won last week. I lost 2 weeks prior. But I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot in fantasy. And if you want to see how hot I am, meet me at draft or playdraft.com on your computer, or get the app, because if you get the app, you can play anytime. It's a real cool app.
It's a lot of fun.
You can play anytime, anywhere you are. Let's say you're on a train. Let's say you're at the airport waiting for your flight that's been delayed. Guess what makes that time go fast? Drafting an entire fantasy team in about 14 minutes. The drafts are quick, the drafts are easy, and you can play for money, honey. So get it.
I love it. I love it, Thibault. I love it. I love it.
Don't
this
have
is the
drafters
best
remorse.
time to year.
Don't have
this
drafters
is the best
remorse.
time to year.
Because of Halloween, I agree.
Oh, what are you gonna go as for
my
Halloween?
birthday.
Annabelle.
Whose birthday? Your birthday?
Yeah, it was Friday.
Your birthday was Friday?
I would have brought food.
Happy birthday,
Happy
buddy.
birthday.
Shit, I should've-
I'll
I
bring
should've
stuff
announced
next.
it.
No,
What if-
I'm in New Orleans next week for Halloween, but
Oh shit.
when I come back on Halloween.
What did your wife do for you for your birthday?
She organized a surprise party for me.
Cute.
Oh, that's good. Well, here's the biggest part. Surprise! It's not over yet. And your wife comes in. What did you guys do for your surprise party?
I went to the Star Wars bar on Hollywood Boulevard.
It's always a Star Wars bar?
Yeah, it's permanent now.
Oh,
the
that's
Scum and
cool.
Villainy Cantina.
Where is that about?
It's right after the Pantages.
Oh, no.
haven't
On the east of the Pantages.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's it called? The Scum Cantina?
The Scum and Villainy Cantina, because I'm sure they can't call it the Star Wars Cantina.
Right. That's cool, though. Have any of you guys been to the Nightmare Before Christmas bar?
No.
I went to that one as well.
Is that one
same
cool?
night.
I want to go to that.
Beetle House, it's
Yeah,
called. It's
yeah.
right across the street.
I want to go to that.
It's kind of cool.
Right across the street from the Star Wars bar?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I need to
yeah.
make a tour down there.
Yeah.
Let me know when they got a fucking Leaving Las Vegas bar. That's more my kind of movie bar. That's the kind of bar I need to be in. No, that's cool, man. I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
That whole area is just because they had that It house there as well.
Yeah, which I heard was kind of garbage.
I heard it was garbage, but even more garbage about it. 5-hour wait in line.
Yeah, to watch the trailer.
If I'm waiting 5 hours in line to go to a haunted house, there better be some dick-sucking goblins up in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I better be like, oh, look at this. Here comes a ghoul putting his finger in my ass. I'm in.
GSP's 5'11". I got my phone to work. I thought he
In
was like
heels.
my height.
In heels. None of those things are ever true.
Like, I think Uriah Faber says he's 5'6", and I've met him like a few times. He's like up to here, and I'm 5'6".
He's short. Remember
in that picture.
In that picture, we took a picture
And I
of
was
them together.
like feeling bad. Like when I meet short fighters, I feel bad and like lean over.
You like squatting down
Yeah, I'm
and
like
shit.
sorry that I'm
Trust me, he's
taller.
used to it. He's used to it. He's
Even
used
like
to
Cub
it.
Swanson says he's like 5'9", and I'm like his height.
Yeah, you met Cub Swanson a couple times.
Yeah, I
And
accosted him a couple times.
It's amazing when you. I was saying that earlier. When you meet athletes and you're like, bitch, you ain't 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm like barely 6'1".
Cormier is tiny too.
Yeah, he is tiny. Wonder who
I'm just thinking of like
have
my
they announced who
pictures
he's
with
fighting
people.
next?
Ozdemir. Volkan Ozdemir.
Who's that?
Hmm.
I don't even.
That's a dub.
He beat Jimmy Manuel.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Probably.
It's a boring division now.
Right? It's like he's already beat everyone.
I know. I mean, that's also fucking Connor's problem. So it's like I don't blame Connor for fighting.
What I was like, what are you
Connor's
talking about?
avoiding
Connor
everyone.
doesn't
What are you
beat
talking about?
anybody.
Well, I mean, up until he started jumping through weight classes.
I mean, even at 145, he avoided like the tough fights like Frankie Edgar and stuff.
Yeah, he did avoid Edgar. Wait, he didn't fight Edgar?
No.
No, he only fought Chad Mendez and.
And when Chad Mendes had
Jose.
no training camp.
If I'm him though, and my choices are fight in the UFC for 9-10 million, and put myself really in harm's way, against a lot of these people. Or I box Paulie Malignaggi, who is a retired for 4 years boxer with giant gloves on, and I've already sparred him once and kind of whooped his ass.
And get 3 times the money.
And 5 times the money it's kind of a no-brainer to me. Now, as a fan, it bores the shit out of me.
Yeah, I get what he's doing from a money perspective.
Absolutely.
But he drives me nuts how he won't just fight anybody.
I agree. I'd like to see him fight competitively.
I want him back in the UFC, dude. I want him back.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I feel like the UFC is really setting itself up to be. They're losing a lot of their superstars. They don't have that cachet that it used to have. I mean, there's people like Mickey Gall. A lot of these He's young. He's good looking. Great kisser. Good dancer. Beautiful eyes. And a great nickname. Mickey, Teeb's best friend in the world. Not Ari, not Tim. Gall. Which is catchy. That's, by the way, the best nickname in the UFC.
By far.
Thank you. But, the Rouseys, all the John Joneses, the Anderson Silvas, all these people are either retired, gone, or who's going to take over? Who's going to be the new face of this sport? Right. And everybody thought it was going to be Conor. And now Conor's like, hey, man.
They got to start paying people. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No real athletes are getting
Ever since that Reebok deal and the sale of the entire UFC, it's taken a bad turn, in my opinion, as a diehard fan.
The last 2 pay-per-views are like the worst in history, aren't they?
Number-wise?
Sales-wise?
I believe it.
The last one was really bad.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of
that's
these
like
cards,
Demetrius Johnson. Like, he's great. People
he
just
can't
don't
get a break.
care.
He can't get a break.
That's kind of like Joanna, too. I feel like she should be bigger than she is.
If Mighty Mouse, and he would probably have a different nickname if he did, but if Mighty Mouse was a light heavyweight with that record, that personality, he would be a gigantic superstar.
Yeah.
But he weighs 110, holding 5-pound dumbbells.
Yeah, and he's the only one in his own division.
That's a guy that's cleared it out. That's a guy that's like, who are you going to fight? He needs like 17-year-olds to become old enough to legally fight.
Yeah.
He's waiting for people to come into the UFC and get beat.
He should have taken that Dillashaw fight, man. I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Him and TJ?
Yeah. He turned that down so he
wants
could
to
fight
get
Ray
the
Borg.
record.
Do you think he'll do it now, though?
I don't know.
I would like that.
He should, like, after this Garbrandt.
To me, that's a great fight to me. That's a great that's one that, there's certain UFC fights where you're like, I'm looking forward to this card. I can't even sleep tonight. And then there's ones where you're like, oh, there was a card tonight?
Yeah.
And the UFC has too many.
Like
there
next
was a card
3
tonight
until the 4th?
Well, I know they need to make money and all. Exactly. I know they need to make money on this. But Sam and Gabe, you as well, you remember back in the day, and I hate to be that guy, but back in the day, we had like once a month, there was a dope USC card that was stacked, and Friday night, I couldn't wait. I literally almost couldn't sleep. Now there's one on Thursdays, on Sundays. There's one in Europe at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And I can't even keep up with a lot of them. I can't. The Fight Pass and the Fox 1 and Fox 2 and regular Fox and pay-per-view. They have completely oversaturated the market with their own presence.
Yep. I agree.
Why are they fighting in Poland? Like the last interesting fight in Poland was my grandpa and Hitler.
Look at this guy.
I like when Aaron chimes in.
I love it too.
Aaron, on top of it with the zingers. You know what? You're coming of age, man. Now that you're 19 and your wife, she's your wife, right?
Yeah, still.
She threw you a nice little action figure party at wherever you were at, Legoland or whatever. I wasn't really paying attention, whatever you said. But hey, man, it all sounds great. I'm real happy for you, Aaron.
Thanks.
Have you guys kissed yet?
I've kissed.
Closed mouth. Yeah.
Ooh. Hey, further than I'm getting over here. Are you so Clippers Lakers tonight?
Clippers Lakers tonight. I like the season. I think there's a lot more teams than people think. I think obviously Golden State's better than everybody, but
there's literally more teams than people think.
Well, there's more teams that are going to compete this year.
Oh, okay.
Cleveland's a lot better, I think. Milwaukee's better. Minnesota's better. Boston's better. The Rockets are better. I like us a lot more.
Minnesota's better.
Minnesota's way better.
OKC, Houston.
Houston's great. I mean,
New Orleans will be, yeah. I mean, we'll see. Basketball's a long season.
Yeah, they need parity.
I am just hoping out against hope for 6 p.m. tonight, Game 3, Cubs-Dodgers. That fucking walk-off with 2 outs was brutal.
So amazing.
We're 1 pitch away from going to extra innings, switching pitchers.
Imagine being that guy that caught the.
Oh, yeah, that guy's awesome.
Oh, so good.
He's the only one out there.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, that must have been great.
Yeah.
So
that guy's been high for days. I've caught a home
There's
run
been some great. Have you?
A batting practice, but still, like, fucking.
I've caught a foul ball and I've caught a home run in my life.
Yeah.
And a home run that I caught was off a girl's head. She was like completely KO'd. They had to like take her out. Like the medical people had to come get her. And kick was coming this way, conks her in the head, and I just snatch it like that right out of the goddamn air.
So funny.
Wrigley Field, 1992-ish.
Anyone else would have been like, "Here, you can have the ball." Team's like, "Fuck this, I'm keeping it."
Straight up.
What's she gonna do with it? She's dead.
I know. Put
She's
it in her
dead.
casket.
She's dead. So funny.
Give it to Kellerman's brother.
Oh, Jesus, dude.
What, guys?
Brutal. When's who do you like? Do you follow NBA at all, Gabe?
Clippers.
You just said Clippers.
Anything
I'm
else?
a fan, but I haven't really been following.
Do you follow baseball?
I like the Dodgers.
These guys don't understand people that only like one sport. They're like, it doesn't make sense.
It
It
really
doesn't.
I used to watch everything more, but now since I dived really into MMA and spend a lot of time.
Well, it's part of your job too. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
working for a couple different websites and writing articles and doing predictions. Now,
It's
what?
like you knowing football.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Once I got rid of cable, I can't keep up with anything else other than the one I care about.
What do you? Oh, your wife made you get rid of cable?
No.
She's like,
I did it before I
sick of you
met.
watching cartoons.
Because there's no cartoons on Netflix or anything.
I know, right? Oh, has anybody seen that Long Shot?
Nope.
Unbelievable. Have you seen it?
Sounds
is
familiar.
it?
What is
Long Shot is a documentary about a guy who, it's almost like making a murder. This guy gets arrested for a murder that he did not commit, Mexican young man. And they go, well, the artist drew this picture of you. This girl gets shot in the face. It's the witness who just took off running at the shooting, draws this. It looks like every Mexican in Los Angeles. Every Mexican I've ever seen, right?
Right.
So and he's like, hey, man, I was at the Dodger game with my daughter. And they're like, no, well, and he has the ticket, and they get his fingerprints off the ticket, and nothing. They still, nope, but looks like it was you. Looks like it was you. His lawyer goes to Dodger Stadium, goes through all the footage of any camera angle he can in this guy's section looking for him, can't find him. This guy's in jail for about 8 or 9 months. Death sentence.
What?
They're pushing for the death sentence. This guy's like, wait a minute. I do remember they were shooting some sort of TV show there because Super Dave Osborne was there.
Right.
And they're like, oh. So then they call the production company. It's HBO. It was season 4 of Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh, wow.
They go through 6 hours of all the dailies. On the last tape, Larry David's walking up the stairs, and there goes the guy with his goddamn daughter.
Oh, my
wow.
God.
Yep. And then Larry David's telling the story, and he's like, sometimes I tell people I got a guy off for murder at a party. It's insane, dude. It's totally crazy.
Wow.
All the different dailies. And then, like, the PA that was there was like, just let him go through. He's like, no, go ahead and go through. While Larry David's walking up, lets him go through. And he's like, I got in so much trouble for that because they didn't want to let people go through, blocking the aisle when Larry's walking up. But he was like, he's just standing there with his daughter. I just felt bad, so I let him go. And then literally, if I didn't let him go, death sentence.
Wow.
It was the only footage they had of this guy to prove he was at the game.
Wow.
Both cops got fired for because one cop circled his photo and showed it to him and tried to tell them that the witness circled it.
Oh, jeez.
It wasn't even. She didn't even circle it. The actual cop did, and then he winds up. Spoiler alert: winds up suing the city of Los Angeles for $380,000 in wins.
Wow.
That's not even that
Yeah.
much
Yeah,
for
that was
that.
kind of low.
I mean,
Yeah.
believe me, if he was white, it'd have been $2.5
I was
million.
like, you can't even really buy a house with that.
If he was white, it'd be $2.5 million. Oh yeah, you can in his neighborhood. You can buy 2 of them. But really fascinating.
How
Somebody
many
told.
episodes are there?
Oh, it's only one. It's really
Oh,
short.
it's
It's
like
only about not even 90 minutes. It's like hour and 15 minutes or something. New documentary on Netflix called Long Shot. Like Making a Murder, but it's fascinating. And when I say that this kid is a really nice kid, like it's him telling the whole story.
Yeah.
And what a sweet guy. And even the judge said, man, I was listening to his testimony over and over, and I was sitting in my house and just listening to it, and all I kept saying was, this guy does not sound like he could kill
It's sad
anybody.
because he's a dad too.
He doesn't
so
even
it's
sound
like
like
you're
he
gonna
could kill
take him
anybody.
away from his daughter for no reason.
And of everybody, and he got, like, it was Mother's Day. He remembered it was Mother's Day. And he got his mom Dodgers tickets on Mother's Day because he knew she wouldn't go. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh, she wants to go, I'll take her. But if not, I'll go to a Dodger game. And took his daughter, took his like 7-year-old daughter. And his buddy. 3 of them went. His buddy, them. And even though his mom, his girlfriend, baby mama, his daughter, and
all the friends could like vouch for
everybody. But that's not a good enough alibi if you're Mexican in Los Angeles and they want to fucking murder you just so the cops can say we found a killer while the real one's out there shooting bitches in the face. Then they later on caught the actual killers.
I was going to say, can you spoiler alert if they found them?
Yeah, they did find them.
How?
I don't remember. I actually don't remember how they found them. But I do believe they. It was later one of those things where like scrolling the words and kind of catches you up to everything, like when you find out that he sued him and all that. But the Larry David part of it is so funny. And all the people that work in that production, they're like, I guess you can come by and look through this shit. And so Larry David, the executive producer, the lawyer, are just sitting there going through tape after tape after tape after tape of all that shit. And then they finally show Larry David. He's like, yeah, sometimes I tell people I got a guy out for murder. It's pretty funny. All right, guys, what a great episode that was. Sam, are you still here?
Yes, I am.
His phone's on airplane mode, haven't you heard?
Yeah, his phone's been on airplane mode the whole time.
Can I plug something real quick?
Of course you can, Gabe Killian.
All right, the night before UFC 217, if you're going to be in New York City, I'm producing a show at New York Comedy Club. There's some fighters on the lineup. We got Al Iaquinta, Aljamain Sterling, Dean Thomas.
They do stand-up?
They're doing stand-up for the show. Dean Thomas has been doing stand-up, yeah. And got some funny comics on the show, too. It's going to be a great night. So after the weigh-ins, just grab a drink or something and then come to the show at 7 o'clock, New York Comedy Club. Go to newyorkcomedyclub.com and use the promo code UFC for 40% off the tickets. It's on November 3rd, 7 p.m.
Awesome, buddy. Awesome. Gabe, thanks for being here. That's it, everybody. Suck it.